right, y'all. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? We are live right now. We're live on Facebook and we're live also on YouTube. And we're talking Kendrick Lamar. We're talking J. Cole. We're talking Iowa versus USC for the national championship. We're talking Layla Like That and whether Drake needs to hop on the remix and commandeer that record. We don't have much time, so we're gonna chop this shit up real quick. Let me check live. Make sure we're on Facebook live. We're good. Please hit up the stream. Let me know that you're there. If you're there, you're good. Are we live? Let's see if we live. I'm checking the stream. See if we live on YouTube. We should be live on YouTube and on Facebook. Let's see. Let's go to my videos. All right. Comments are up. I think I got the space and I got a good 30. So I got some time to see if anybody wants to come up. I got a guest link. Where's my guest link? I'm going to pin that. Copy the link and I think I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop that link in the Facebook chat to see if anybody wants to come up. Boom. Jermaine, what's up, man? Pace is there. Boom. And I'm a pin. Let's go ahead and pin that to the top. Is there? That's the link. All right, so let's talk about it, right? First things first, shout out to our national champion, the USC Gamecocks, the Lady Gamecocks of USC. They play in Colonial Life Arena. I've been there quite a few times this year. Took my baby girl to a bunch of games. They're national champions. They're national champions, just like I felt they would be. Man, that was a great game. It came down pretty much to the end, and a lot to talk about with that game, from the rise of Caitlin Clark over the last 2 years to the rise of women's college basketball as a whole. What about Raven Johnson, man? What a great story Raven Johnson was, from being waved off at the three-point line last year by Caitlin Clark to one of the most classy things I saw. I talked about this yesterday. One of the most classy things that I've seen was when Caitlin Clark was coming down court. The game was pretty much in hand, and Raven, still being a tenacious defender, strips her down like a Mercedes in a projects. Took the ball from her and starts sprinting the other way, ready to go ahead and get that easy bucket. And she looked over to her coach, and Dawn Staley was like, "No, dribble the ball out, don't score. Go ahead and take a shot clock violation. The game's over. There's no need to further add insult to the injury." And that's what Raven Johnson did. She looked at Caitlin though, and that's what she did. That was extremely classy. Love to see that. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, it's a game. It's a game at the end of the day. And that was an extremely classy thing to do. I definitely enjoyed that. And in the press conference, then Raven was able to pop her shit a little bit and talk about how, this was a revenge tour for her. This season for her was a revenge tour. And she was able to go back and not just restore her name as one of the better point guards in women's college basketball, but she was actually able to up the ante a little bit and kind of, let anybody who didn't know her name for buckets and for being a good player. I think she increased her shooting average from 3 to sub 30% to high 30s, low 40% from 3. She didn't take a lot of threes, but the ones that she took, they were good shots, they were meaningful buckets, and she made a lot more of them than she did last year. So that was great to see. You look at Camila Cardosa, who I've been in a raging debate over the last 24 hours on whether I, as a GM, would take Camila Cardoso with the first pick in the WNBA draft as opposed to taking the fan favorite, Caitlin Clark. And most people, man, that's just who they're gonna go with. They and I get it. I understand why, because Caitlin Clark is box office. She's a box office type player. She's the kind of player that I imagine when the season starts, when the next WNBA season starts after the draft, I can imagine that the Indiana Fever are going to sell out their home games because that many people are going to want to come and see Caitlin Clark play. So I don't disagree. I'm not going to disagree with a person that says, hey, Caitlin Clark is the first pick. Of course, she is going to be the first pick. But me, if I am a GM, if I'm a GM of the Indiana Fever, I'm drafting Camila Cardoso with the first pick. That's what I'm doing. And Lord knows I ain't that. But if I'm a GM, I'm taking Camila Cardoso first. I mean, you look at a player in Camila Cardoso, 6'7", really soft touch around the basket, tenacious defender and rebounder. She's not much in the way of offense, but that's not what you need. That's not what you need. The WNBA game is a big women's game right now. We look at the last few WNBA champions. We're talking about Asia Wilson back to back, right? We're talking about how honestly, some people might say that Brittany Griner is still the league's best player after not being able to play, the season ago and just now coming back. She's the only player in this league that is taller than Camila Cardoso. So that would be my personal pick if I had the first pick in the draft. That would be mine. But again, man, shout out to South Carolina, man. They had a great season. We talking about 38-0, and a lot of stuff has been said. Whether Caitlin Clark deserves all the fanfare that she's getting, even after the loss, where we're not seeing as much coverage of the actual champion. We're not seeing as much coverage of the USC Gamecock girls as we're seeing of Caitlin Clark. And that's to be expected, man. This is the game is at this point is going to be star driven because that's what's going to bring the most eyeballs to the game, and that's what the WNBA needs. The WNBA needs people to just look at the game, and that's why we're seeing so much hoopla surrounding Caitlin Clark and not as much surrounding the entire team of the Gamecocks. Hey, what's up, babe?
You like my hair?
It turned you on? Yeah, I like your hair. It looks great. I love your hair.
I figure you would have.
Yeah, I like your hair. It looks awesome.
It made me look older.
It make you like auntie? You got auntie vibes? You live on Facebook right now and YouTube.
Ugh.
What?
Why you doing that? I don't like when you do that.
Bro, you called me. What you talking about? You called me.
You have my permission.
But what you want me to do? Decline your call? I'm a real husband. I answer the phone when my wife calls. What you want me to do?
I love my hair too, though.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Call me when you not live.
All right, babe. Love you. I love your hair. It looks great. Awesome. All right, so yeah, that was my beautiful wife. I'm sorry about that interruption, but it's all good though, because I'm a real husband. I answer the phone when my wife calls. But yeah, man. South Carolina, man. I had the privilege of taking my baby girl to a few South Carolina games this year, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. So South Carolina was playing Kentucky. This is maybe a little over a month ago. South Carolina is playing Kentucky. So I go online and I buy these tickets. I get them from StubHub, and the tickets are relatively decent. I think I paid like $150 each for each ticket. So for some reason, the seller didn't release the tickets on StubHub the day I bought them. So I'm like, man, that's kind of weird, but whatever. They're going to release them eventually. So 2 days go by, still no tickets. Or another days go by, this is the actual day of the game, right? So we're still going to go to the game because I'm just waiting on the seller to release the tickets. So I mess around, and we're on the way to Colonial Life Arena. Like we're on the interstate headed to the game, and something tell me, man, just call StubHub customer service and see what's happening. So I call StubHub, and they tell me, yo, the seller decided not to sell the tickets. And I was like, but y'all got my money. They was like, yeah, in this case, what we do is we're going to send you an offer, and it's going to be equal or better tickets. So go ahead and follow this on this link to your email, and you're gonna see the tickets. So just pick which ones you want. So I go on the link, and I put up the tickets. It's like, yo, this just says BB. And I look it up and I see where it's at, bro. It's on the third row, like 1, 2, 3. Now my seats was up there, high up in the hundreds. I was in the lower bowl. So don't trip. But these tickets was like row BB. So I clicked that shit so fast, man. I was like, yeah, it is what it is. So boom, we park, we get to the seats, bro, and we're literally sitting courtside. Like there's 2 rows in front of us. We're on the floor. And I remember my daughter was asking me, Daddy, do girls dunk the basketball? And I was like, every now and again you might catch a little titties, you know what I'm saying? So we're in the game, and then Ashton Watkins, man, she gets the steal, strip the girl down, goes the other way, gets up, bang, dunks it, and my daughter went crazy. I told you girls could dunk. I was like, you got it. So we've been following this team all year long, man, and to watch those girls go out there with a target on their back, because whenever you make a team with a champion's heart, feel like they're an underdog, man, they had something to prove each and every night, and it got real close. The North Carolina game was a little closer than I know they wanted it to be, and of course when Camila Cardoso hit that last second 3 against Tennessee to win the game, I know they didn't want to be in that position, but those 2 instances kind of showed that, hey, this team is one of those teams that can fight through adversity. And they did that, man. They walked through the first few rounds of the tournament, beat North Carolina State pretty handily, and did the same thing with Iowa. Beat Iowa pretty handily. So shout out again to the Lady Gamecocks on their 3rd national championship. Shout out to Coach Dawn Staley and just what she's been able to build in that Columbia area, man. And it's not just her, man. You talk about her, Jolette Law, Kadisha Sessions, all of those women that are working tirelessly with the young ladies in that area, on that team and in that area. It's a grassroots movement, and you can see it in Columbia area, in metro high schools. You can see it, bro. You go to Keenan, you go to Ridgeview, you go to Heathwood, you go to all of these schools in the Columbia area, and those young ladies are dogs. They're dogs, man, and they're being worked with, So big shout out again to them. But let's talk a little. Let's change gears a little bit, and we're gonna talk about this J. Cole. Goddamn J. Cole and Kendrick beef. So maybe y'all heard it, maybe y'all didn't, but J. Cole issued an apology. J. Cole issued an apology to he issued an apology to Kendrick Lamar. And I'm gonna pull it up because I kind of want y'all to
welcome back.
Take a look at this.
You talking like a bitch with ass. Now you a single mom.
Damn, single mom song going crazy. Let's go to J. Cole apology.
Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Right?
It's wartime.
Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because
right.
One, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these 2 niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right?
He talking about
so
Drake
I felt conflicted because I'm
and
like,
Kendrick.
I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood.
Facts.
So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like,
respect.
Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched a fucking microphone?
I don't think so, but people do. People do.
Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct?
People love Kendrick, bro.
As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bro, that was the lamest, like goofiest shit. And I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Respect.
pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And
Respect.
if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good.
No diddy.
It's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like.
A boy said the best shot on his chin.
Like the misstep,
No diddy.
And then I can get back to my true path. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I want to now perform the song that's a reminder to me of.
You know what song this is?
On the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I want to do that for y'all right now.
All right, so me, I don't have no problem with that. Okay, this is what I do have a problem with, right? I feel like that should have been your response to Kendrick dissing Drake and you catching that stray. You should have said all of that in form of a rap. That's kind of what I was expecting Cole to do. I didn't expect Cole to come out with 7-minute drill and take shots at Kendrick or diss Kendrick. I didn't expect him to do that. I expected him to take the high road like he pretty much always been doing his whole career. The retrospective high road look. Like, yo, look at what these people want me to say as opposed to what I want to say. Nah, I ain't saying what y'all want me to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. And what I want to say is we all dope. We all dope. I think I'm the best, but at the same time, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Kendrick. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Drake. That's what I was expecting J. Cole to do. So I was very shocked and surprised by, the 7-minute drill joint. I thought the track it still was hard though. It was still hard, but I was surprised that he took that road. And I want to segue that into people really think that the entertainment people in entertainment are not real people. We don't look at them as real people, bro. Tupac was a real person, bro. Biggie was a real person. And if you're around my age, man, you got these gray hairs of wisdom. You done lived 45 years. Man, you've seen time and time again people take a beef to that next level and that next level and that next level that pretty much ended with one being gone and the other one being in jail. We've seen that happen so many times. I was chopping up with one of my partners. Shout to C-Ro, you know what I'm saying? Shout to Rumble, man, because we chopped it up real briefly on that. Like, we grew up in that environment where something as small as a petty argument between two people can escalate into one of their lives being taken and the other one going to jail for the rest of their life. So anytime a man decides to stand up and apologize to a person that he feel like he's done wrong, bro, I'm in favor of that. I don't have no problem with that. I don't care. People like to say, oh, well, hip-hop is a sport. So is hip-hop a sport with all those kids that were dissing the dead in Chicago and dying? Was hip-hop a sport then? Was hip-hop a sport then? Was hip-hop a sport, when Pop Smoke lost his life? Was hip-hop a sport when Nipsey Hussle lost his life because a person couldn't accept the fact that he had been called a snitch by Nipsey, if that's what really happened, right? And people don't realize, bro, a lot of times it's the motherfucker standing in between two people that are already agitated with the patch of grass in his hand. It's that person that is the real culprit. And as the internet, that's who we are. In these situations, that's who the internet is. We the instigators. We the motherfucker. Oh, I know Cole gotta respond. Cole gotta say something. Oh, Drake, you got to talk about his mama. Like, that's the type of shit that we be on. That's the pressure that we put on people. And not just celebrities, bro. We do this shit in our everyday lives. We do this shit in our everyday life. How many niggas you think will still be alive, free, and walk in the streets if an apology that was in order was actually displayed? Yo, bruh, I said what I said to that bruh because I thought that speaking down on your name was going to get me closer to her and what I wanted. And I realized a couple days later that shit was lame as fuck. I shouldn't have did that. I should have never spoke your name to that young lady in hopes that it was going to put me in better standards with her. For doing that, bro, I sincerely apologize. I don't want this to go no further than, how far it's already gotten. If you will please forgive me, bro, I ain't gonna never speak your name out of turn again. if that was happening, if that level of emotional maturity was being, brought forth, how many niggas would not be in the penitentiary right now? How many young brothers would not be in the grave right now? Because a lot of these things, man, all it takes is a simple man-to-man apology and an admission of wrongdoing. Yo, bro, I'm sorry. Yo, I did do that. I said that, and I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. And if you'll move your heart to forgive me, bro, me and you can both walk away, even Steven, we good. That's a level of maturity, bro, that we actually need to get to. We need to get there. There's situations, bro, that could have been squashed. There's niggas that lost their life behind basically nothing. Niggas done lost their life over the price of a cup of coffee. And for all y'all that's, oh, he should have said this, he should have said that. Oh, he this, he a bitch, he this, he that. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Cause either you ain't never been in that type of line of fire before and you just talking just to talk, you just yapping. Either you doing that or you in that mindset and you haven't grown up yet. You haven't grown up to the fact that, bro, like even like stupid shit, bro. I be seeing stupid shit on the internet. Like there was somebody posted this fight. These two dudes got into a fight and they I'm talking about they thumping, they going at it, right? And at the end of the fight, they dapped up and they walked off. And you got grown motherfuckers saying, see, that's how you're supposed to handle it. You know what I'm saying? A fight, that's how you're supposed to. What? That's stupid too. I'm at an age where I'm realizing that's stupid too. That ain't worth it either. Nigga, I gotta go to work in the morning. What are we fighting about? What are we fighting for? I can understand, guns and gun violence, shouldn't be the standard. I get that. And I wish more brothers that had used the guns would have used their hands. But I also wish that the niggas that were using their hands and fighting in the street wasn't fighting at all. I'd like us to get to that type of maturity where we ain't fighting at all. When I look at you and you look at me, you see a brother. When I look at you, I see a brother. And when you look at me, you see a brother. So I ain't gonna talk bad about you behind your back. You ain't gonna tell me nothing in confidence that I'm gonna share it with a bro so I get in clean with the bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish we get to that type of level. Because that's what it takes. That's what it takes to vibe harmoniously. So shout out to Drake. Shout out to I miss you, man. You will always be a brother to me. For sure. Much love to you. Much love, Jen. So that's the way we do it. So, but I just got a message from my lovely wife that I got to go pick up the girls from school. So I'm out. Y'all be easy. I'm out.